Okay, so good morning, the two of you. We are live from the Scilly, and I'm doing this morning with my niece, Sophie, okay, who is very good. So you don't have to worry. Right, let's get the music going. It is going, but it's quite quiet at the moment. Right, let's get cracking. Feet hip width apart. Make sure they're grounded. Soften your knees, lengthen up as tall as you can. Think of that piece of string lifting you up to the ceiling. Shoulder blades in their pockets. A nice pelvic tilt to find neutral, and then engage your core. We'll start off with your head, take it to the side, lower it down, chin down towards your chest, and up the other side. Lower, to the side, lower, to the side, lower, to the side, lower, to the side. Head to the front, chin down, back up, down, back up, down, back up, down, back up. Shoulders up to your ears, release. Lift, release. Lift, release. Lift, release. Now bring them forwards and back. Forwards and back. Forwards and back. Forwards and back. Side bends, reach down. Back up. Other side. And up. 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 Take your arms up, melt the shoulders, hips facing forwards, twist your upper body to the side. To the middle. Other side. To the middle. Side. To the middle. Side. To the middle. Side. To the middle. Side. Back to the middle, arms down. Lift up your right knee. Take it out to the side. Back in and lower. Change lift to the side. In and lower. Change lift. Side. In and lower. Change lift. Side, in and lower. Hands on your thighs now, knees soft, shoulders forward, start rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae. I want you to feel each vertebrae moving on your way down. Take it down as far as you're comfortable. Hold it. And now slowly come back up. And then take your arms out in front. And we're stretching up high as you can onto your toes. Come back down, arms on your thighs, and roll. Hold it. Slowly up. Arms out. Stretch up. Come back down, arms on your thighs. One more, roll down. Hold it. Slowly up. Arms out. Stretch up. Come back down. arms by your sides. Right, today we're working in sets, okay? So we've got a prone set to start with. And we've got 4. Okay, we've got 4, I'm afraid. So we can do this. Engage your core and now slowly down. We're going to touch the floor, crawl forwards, and get your hands underneath your shoulders. Now, firstly, nice simple leg lift. So right leg lift and lower. Left lift and lower. Right lift and lower. Left lift and lower. Right lift and lower. Left lift and lower. Soften the knees and without wriggling from side to side, slowly coming back up. Slowly up the body. Good. Right. Now, we haven't got a lot of room, but we're going to attempt a bear crawl. Okay. So make sure you've got some little bit of room to the left or to the right of your mat. Okay. So I'll explain it when we get there. So down we go. Touch the floor. Crawl forwards. Hands underneath shoulders. I'm just moving to the left, to the right of my mat. Right, now, what we've got to do now is drop the knees first to the floor. Right, now you've got to get halfway between knees to floor and legs straight out. So lift the knees. Now you're in your bear position. So we're going to step the left or the right hand and leg out to the side. So step, bring the others in. One more, step and in. Now we're coming back. Step and in. Step and in. Okay, soften the knees and nice and slowly we'll come back up. When we get back to the studio, we'll do a lot of that. Slowly up the body. I'm getting warm now. Right, number 3. Okay, engage your core and let's go down again. Nice easy one, this one. Okay, touch the floor, crawl forwards. Hands underneath shoulders. Now we are going to slowly sink to the floor. Okay, when you've got to the floor, you're going to put your arms out straight in front of you. Okay, get comfortable. We're doing trapezius. So relax the shoulders. So I've got to take my glasses off. Can't do it with my glasses on. Okay. Engage your core, lift it away from the mat. Lift both arms. Bring your elbows into the sides. Back out. And relax down. Lift up. Elbows in. Back out. 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 Relax down. One more. Lift up. Elbows in. Back out. Relax down. Right, get your hands into position as we're coming back up into the prone. Okay, because I know you love this. So look down at the floor, engage everything in your body, tuck your toes in, and then we're coming straight up into the prone. Ready? Lift. Okay, now soften the knees and nice and slowly come back up. So I gave you a rest then in between. Slowly up the body. Good. Okay, one more, and we're staying down this time. Okay, so core engaged, down we go. Touch and crawl. Hands underneath shoulders. Okay, we're sinking again. And again, you need your arms out in front. Right, we're swimming this time. So you're going to lengthen your arm from your shoulder and your leg from your hip each time before you lift. Make sure your core's engaged. Lift it away from the mat. Opposite arm, opposite leg, lengthen, lift. And lower. Keep the control. Change, lengthen, lift. And lower. 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 Good. Right, that's our first set complete. So second set, seated. So into sitting position. So that was quite a nice mixture of hard and easy. So we're going to do some rollbacks first. Okay, so if you want to use your ball, please do. I'm using my hands on my thighs. Sit up nice and tall, keep your chin off your chest, melt the shoulders, engage your core. And let's go slowly and controlled down. Lovely. Okay, once you get to the bottom, again, no jolting. Control on the way back up. Keep your chin off your chest. And we're going to reach up to the ceiling with our head first and then stretch. As far as you can forward. Come back up. And roll down. Okay, ready? Up we come. Up to the ceiling first. Stretch forward. Okay, come up to the ceiling. And stretch down. Get my socks off. Don't watch me at the moment. Getting warm. Okay, and again, up we come. And stretch forward. Come back up. Right, last one. Okay, up we come. And stretch forward. And release. Right, next one we're doing, oh, we're on our back. So we're doing Oh, it's not very nice. Okay, just get into your down position. It's not very nice. I don't know why I've done this one. Right, knees bent, arms by your sides. We'll start off with the feet together, toes out, heels in line with the toes. Push your back into the mat, arch up, find neutral. When you're happy with your neutral position, engage your core. We're taking your right leg up into the tabletop, left leg lift. Now we're taking the right leg up to the ceiling and the left leg up to the ceiling, and put your feet together. Now, apologies for this one because I know nobody likes it. We're taking our backside off the floor, okay? Try not to swing your legs. Now, if you're being really clever, you put your arms across your chest, okay? It's entirely up to you. You can use your hands to push down, okay? So we're going to try and touch the feet to the ceiling. Are you ready? Off we go. Oh, Mondays, Wednesday mornings are useless, right? Ready? Now, the idea is not to swing the legs. I know it's hard. And lift. Control. I have none. And again. Come on, we've got 2 more. Lift. Last one. Legs back into the tabletop. Lower your right. Lower your left. God, bring your knees into your chest for a minute. I won't do that on a Wednesday again. Okay, we're going back to your roll downs. And we're doing 2. Okay, so put your legs out straight. Now, grab your ball. I know you've all got your balls. Now, what I would like, I'm not saying I'm going to get, but what I would like is to have your ball touched to your chest or held to your chest. Okay? If you really can't manage, then lift it off as you come up. Make sure your core's engaged, chins off chest. Off we go. And this time we're just reaching up to the ceiling with our head and lower. It's all about control. The slower we go, the better. It should be nice and warmed up now. Okay, just one more. Ready? Up. Up to the ceiling. And down. Fantastic. Well done. Right, next one on the list. Tabletop, upper body, hamsters. Right, put your ball down. Bend the knees again. Arms by your sides. Feet together, toes out, heels in line with the toes. Push your back into the mat. Arch up. Find neutral. Engage your core. We're taking our right leg up into the tabletop. Left leg lift. Now, keep the legs in that position. Arms up to the ceiling. Now we're just going to, I don't want you sitting up. I want you looking up to the ceiling and just lifting head and shoulders on the out breath. Are you ready? Lift. And lower. 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 Arms down. Lower your right to the floor. Lower your left down. Just bring your knees in for a second. I'll check what's next on the list. Okay, we're going back to straight legs again, and this time I want your ball. Okay, so let's put the legs down straight. Ball is now facing the ceiling. Now the ball is going to continue facing the ceiling for the whole time. You are not moving it. Okay, so engage your core. Ready? Up we go. So stretch up to the ceiling, high as you can. Watch your ball. And down. Keep the control. Okay, and again, up. And lower. Good. And again, lift. And lower. Okay, last one. Ready, lift. Reach. And lower. Fantastic. Well done. Put your ball down. Last one in this set. Okay, bend your knees. Actually, put the ball between your knees because it's easier. Only easier with the fact that you don't have to worry about your leg position. Now, I appreciate that a lot of you don't like this very much, but I do. So, push your back into the mat, arch up, find neutral, engage your core. We're going to extend our right leg. Now, because the ball is there, the leg isn't going to go down or up, it's going to stay in position. So it's actually something you don't need to think about. And we are doing 6. If you can manage to sit right up, do so. Okay, are you ready? Sit. Oh, this is steaming up. And lower. Now keep the control still. Keep the knees at the same level. And again, lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. You've got 2 more. You can grab hold of your legs if you need to on the way up. Ready, lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Well done. Take that foot down. Right, have a little rest and then we're going to do the other side, which may be easier. You never know. Okay, ready? Let's get that left leg into position. Make sure your core is engaged and sit. As I say, one leg is definitely easier than the other. And lower. Keep the control. And again, lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Come on, we're halfway. Lift. You can do this. And lower. Last 2. lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Take that foot back down, bring your knees in. Well done. Well done. Right, next set. Next set is planks. We love a plank. We're just doing plain. We're going to we'll do 3 this morning because I'm feeling good. I'm feeling nice this morning. So get yourselves into position. So I use my ball because I can't tuck my toes under. I place my ball around about there. And then your toes don't go on the floor. So if your foot hurts, do that. It works. Right, let me get my stopwatch. See what else we've got while we're doing this. Right, are you ready? Elbows underneath shoulders. Think about your core. Come up onto your knees, tilt your pelvis. Of course, you'll be engaged. If you're lifting, please lift. Lengthen your body, melt your shoulders. Nice, deep breathing. Just stops my foot going on the floor. Ten seconds to go. Knees down and relax. Okay, you can do whatever stretching you want. I will do our normal stretching, stretch back. And into the child's pose. Good. Right, let's get on to number 2. Are you ready? Elbows underneath shoulders. Think about your core. Come up onto your knees, tilt your pelvis. Of course, you'll be engaged. Lift if you're lifting. Lengthen your body, melt your shoulders. Nice, deep breathing. Ten seconds. Knees down and relax. Well done. Another stretch. and stretch back. Good. Okay, are you ready for the last one? Right, elbows underneath shoulders. Think about your core. Come up onto your knees, tilt your pelvis. Core should be engaged. If you're lifting, lift. Lengthen, melt the shoulders. Nice, deep breathing. Ten seconds to go. Knees down and relax. Well done. Final stretch. And stretch back. Lovely. Right, we're going to go onto a side now. So we're going to alternate between side and back. Okay, so get yourself where you need to be. And I want first one, just lengthen. Okay, rest your head on your arm, or other arm, hopefully arm by your side. If you can't, put the toes, fingernails down in front. Top hip needs to be on top of bottom hip. Neutral spine. Engage your core. You're taking both legs off the floor. Okay, top leg lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Take it in front. Back to neutral. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Keep it straight. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Take it in front. Back to neutral. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. In front. Back to neutral. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Top onto bottom. Relax your legs down. Good. Now you can roll over. And lengthen out again. Make sure your top hip is on top of your bottom hip. You have neutral spine and your core is engaged. Take both legs off the floor. Top leg lift and lower. Lift and lower. Take it in front. Back to neutral. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Take it in front. Back to neutral. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Take it in front. Back to neutral. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Top onto bottom. Relax your legs down. Well done. Now you can roll onto your back with your knees bent. You need your ball under your right foot. Without squashing. Okay, so lightly place the ball under your foot. Now push your back into the mat. Arch up. Find neutral. Engage your core. You're taking the left leg up into the tabletop. Now, without squashing the ball, roll it out in front. And in. Keep the control. Roll it out. And in. Roll out. And in. Roll out. And in. Lower your left to the floor. Change the ball over underneath your left foot. Make sure you've still got neutral spine, core is still engaged. Take your right leg up into the tabletop. Okay, no squashing that ball, roll it out. And in. Roll it out. And in. Roll out. And in. Roll out. And in. Lower your right to the floor. Good. Right, now we're going to attempt both feet on the ball. So remember, with this one, you've got to try and not squash the ball. Okay? So both feet on the ball. Make sure your core is engaged. And ready? Roll them out. In. Roll out. In. Roll out. In. Roll out. And in. Take your feet down either side of the ball Get the ball between your ankles. Lengthen the legs out. Right, now we're going out onto the side. Now you've got to roll over onto your side without disturbing the ball. Hopefully the ball is still in the same position. Arm on your side, lengthen your body as long as you can. Top hip onto bottom hip, neutral spine. Engage your core. Okay, so we'll take both legs off the floor for your starting position. And now we're going to take the legs as high as we can. So ready? Lift. And lower. 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 Relax your legs down. And now you can roll over. Try not to lose your ball on the way round. And then lengthen out again. Top hip onto bottom hip. Neutral spine. Engage your core. Okay, now we're going to take both legs off the floor for your starting position. And both legs lift high as you can. And lower. Lift. 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 And lower. Relax your legs down. Excellent. Right. You can take your ball down now and go onto your back again. We have done no mobility this morning at all, so we've got to do our bridge. Start off with your feet together, toes out, heels in line with the toes. Push your back into the mat, arch up, find neutral. When you're happy with your neutral position, engage your core. Okay, so nice and simple today. We're just imprinting and activating, okay? Really concentrate on working vertebrae by vertebrae as you come up, as you go down. Okay, imprint, activate, and vertebrae by vertebrae. Slow control, taking your spine up. Hold it at the top, make sure your glutes are activated. And now slowly down. When you get to the bottom, you can just relax. And again, imprint your back, activate your glutes, and vertebrae by vertebrae, come up. When you get as high as you can, hold it. And down. It's easier to go down vertebrae by vertebrae. and relax at the bottom. Okay, ready again. Imprint, activate. Up we come. Again, hold it at the top. And slowly down. Relax. Okay, last one. Imprint, activate. Vertebrae by vertebrae. High as you can, hold it at the top. And come back down. Okay, when you get back to the floor, bring your knees into your chest. I'm just getting my stopwatch. Okay, we've got one more before we stretch. So hold on to your right knee as it brings it in. Your left leg needs to go out straight a few inches off the floor. If you can, take your head and shoulders up. Okay, make sure your core's engaged. And then let go of the right, bring the left in. Stretch out the right one. And change. If it hurts your neck, put your head down. And change. 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 And change. Okay, take your head down, both knees in. Well done. So now we're taking our left foot down to the floor. If you're using a band to stretch, place it over your foot. I'll grab my stopwatch. Now straighten that leg up to the ceiling. Keep it as straight as you can and then bring it in towards you. Okay, release that now and place that foot onto the other knee. Take it nice and wide. Either lift the one that's on the floor or push down with the palm of the hand on the inside of the knee, whichever gives you the better stretch. Okay, release that down. Bring the other knee in. Straighten that leg up. Again, nice and straight. Bring it in towards you. Okay, release now, foot onto knee again. Take it nice and wide. Either lift the one that's on the floor or push down with the palm of the hand on the inside of the knee. Okay, release that down. Take your legs out straight, arms above your head. Get as much distance as you can between your fingers and your toes. Okay, now bring your arms in, either on your abdominals or by your sides, whichever you're most comfortable with. We'll do some thoracic breathing, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. As you breathe in, you're going to push out your abdominals to get as much air from as low down in your diaphragm as you can. As you breathe out, pull in your abdominals to expel as much air each breath. Off we go. When you've finished your last breath, slowly come up to seated position. Okay, legs out straight, toes in. If you can touch your toes, please do. Okay, release. Bend your knees. Take your hands behind you. Come forwards. Straighten the legs. and slowly climb up to finish.